Joining us now at the desk is TON board member Steve Yoon and TON Society co-founder Jack Booth. Hello.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Hello, hello. We know that you have been very busy folks. So let's just start this by laying a foundation. I know years ago, Telegram was going to launch TON, and then there were some challenges with that, and then the group of independents launched TON, and now here we are talking about it. Give us a brief history. How did we get here?
So, as you know, TON was designed and created by Telegram, and when they were forced to give up the development, they open sourced the whole code base. And from then, community members like myself picked up the baton and to continue the development. And in 2023, we created a TON Foundation in Switzerland, and we entered into an exclusive agreement with Telegram to basically leverage Telegram to get TON blockchain into mass adoption.
Now, talk to us a little bit about the Telegram partnership. I know a lot of the headlines have really been focused on gaming on Telegram, but talk to us a little bit about that. Is that your main focus, or are there other ways that TON integrates with Telegram?
So Telegram launched the Telegram mini app platform, and we integrated TON-based wallet inside Telegram. So basically, it allows an experience of on-chain applications without downloading a separate wallet or another application. So it's not clunky as the website version, but it's totally powerful and intuitive right inside Telegram Messenger that people can use within the social context and the boundaries of social network that they have. And also we established a exclusive partnership with Telegram just this January, where every mini app on Telegram looking to utilize a blockchain function must use TON blockchain as the exclusive blockchain. And the reason for that is for user experience. The TON was designed to service 1 billion users, and there is no such scalable blockchain in the world other than TON. So this is why for Telegram, it is important to standardize the user experience across mini apps.
And you mentioned gaming as one of our main use cases, and the reason why that is so important is because we have so many new people in crypto inside of Telegram. So the user base is 50, most people that have done surveys have found 50–60% of them are new to crypto entirely. So how do you actually activate that audience? Well, gaming is a great way to actually bring them on, get them engaged, help them to learn a little bit about crypto through a simple game interface. And that's why you've seen some of these apps last year grow from 30 million users, 50 million users, 300 million users in the case of Hamster Combat. So the gaming ecosystem is now changing on TON. The tap-to-earn craze has died off a little bit, which is good. You know, these guys were early adopters of like how to onboard people with a simple use case. But now the games that are coming out now are much more mid-core, much more interesting and engaging, and integrating crypto in new ways, where it's still going to keep people engaged and allow people to share these applications a lot more widely, and then be complemented now with a focus that TON Foundation is having on DeFi, so that these people can come from the games, go straight into simple yield producing protocols.
Friends, DeFi is having a moment. Uniswap Labs web app and wallet connect you to the excitement. Swapping and bridging are simple, low-cost, and lightning-fast across 13 chains, including Base, Arbitrum, and Unichain, the new Layer 2 network designed for DeFi. Thanks to deep liquidity on Uniswap Protocols, you get minimal price impact on every trade, now with even greater efficiency through Uniswap v4. Swap, send, on-ramp, off-ramp, and bridge into a bright future. Get started at uniswap.org.
What's so interesting to me is when you think of the early days of Discord in crypto, Discord was the user base was very anti-crypto. We saw a lot of people want to flee, and the place they ended up was Telegram. So you have a gaming platform that sort of didn't want to embrace its crypto roots, and I feel like Telegram, which is so native to kind of the crypto ecosystem, has now embraced gaming as an alternative to that. Do you think there's any correlation to that, and the fact that Telegram embraced the crypto ecosystem like with open arms and then started to create their own blockchain?
I think Telegram absolutely is the crypto native, crypto centric platform. There are 40,000 crypto communities on Telegram alone. So we are exchanging Telegram contacts all day long. So I think it's definitely the right place to build a blockchain application. And I can also go further into some use case. Yeah. So I think the next mass adoption on DeFi will come from community-driven copy trading. So instead of asking someone to use a complex trading instrument, we can create a super accessible mini app interface and distribute trading strategies in Telegram channels in context. So 40,000 crypto channels on Telegram can be saying, okay, we think TON will go to $40, therefore you should trade, you should follow my trade. And if they trust this person who posted it, they can simply click without leaving Telegram Messenger at all. Confirm and subscribe. So I think leveraging the trust already existing in Telegram social network is a key to bringing a mass adoption in DeFi.
Yeah, and if you think about what works really well in Telegram, because it has this unique way of distribution where it doesn't have an algorithm censoring a news feed, right? Every other social network has a news feed where you post everything, whereas the distribution in Telegram is different. You have one message, and if that message is good, worth sharing, it can be forwarded onto all of your chats, all of your channels, all of your DMs, right? And then inside of that, maybe you have 1 million people. 1 million people can then forward that onto all of their chats, channels, and DMs. And then 100 million, and then up to 1 billion users, right, inside of Telegram can receive that message if it's worth sharing. So the things that do really well in Telegram are these social apps that really use the social distribution of Telegram to enrich the actual experience of the user, right? You can see that with the growth of Telegram Premium, where you can buy Telegram Premium with Toncoin. We see a lot of people do that. And what Telegram Premium gives you is animated emojis, stickers, statuses, all these things which like improve a one-to-one interaction, because now I can give you a nice cool emoji in support of whatever your point is, right? Simple things like that, but they grow because they are enriching the social experience. So there's one actually app which I can highlight, which is called Olympics. Olympics does skill-based wagering. So effectively, like, it can turn any Web 2 game into a skill-based wagering game with a leaderboard, where I can now tell you about the game that I'm playing and say, "Hey, come join me playing this game, and I'll bet you 1 ton you can't beat me." These games can grow to millions of people in a single tournament. And so when you think about the distribution of Telegram and how big these tournaments can grow, like, that's a really exciting use case as well for TON, where it could even eclipse trading in many ways, because it's a much more native thing to non-crypto audience, a skill-based wagering game, right? So like 100 million users all paying 1 ton in a tournament to beat me at Candy Crush, right? That's a much more fun, engaging thing that uses crypto and still gives you the reward of crypto than potentially trading, which is a bit more difficult to understand for most people.
I want to come back to something we were talking about before. We talked about chain exclusivity, we talked about games. There were some games that were not happy about the chain exclusivity. I know there were a few headlines about that recently. How would you respond to games who are looking at this chain exclusivity, looking at the TON ecosystem, and are deterred by it?
I think that once they achieve such viral success, so having 50 million users and more, they will actually understand that there is no other chain that can mint tokens for 50 million users and above. So on paper, it could sound a bit restricting, but in reality, it is a total necessity, a technical necessity even for them to service their users. As an example, there is one application in one other blockchain who created a mini app, achieved tens of millions of users, and when they were trying to mint the tokens, they crushed their own blockchain, and they simply couldn't fix it. Therefore, they had to recreate a smart contract on TON to actually service their users in Web3. So rather than restriction, it is a necessity for them.
I wrote one of the first... Oh, Jack, go ahead.
Just to add, another point is around the user experience. If there's multiple different connection protocols inside of Telegram, it's very dangerous for the user because they don't know what the normal connection process to a blockchain looks like. And so they can end up connecting to a scam protocol that's going to drain their wallets and take all their money. right? That's very, very important, and I think is one of the main reasons why Telegram decided that it should be exclusive to just one experience of connecting to a blockchain, which is Ton Connect.
So I wrote one of the first articles on Hamster Combat, which you guys mentioned earlier. At that time, it was about 6 or 8 million users. You mentioned, I think it's 300 million. It's some ridiculous number. It was fascinating to see how quickly that grew, because I think we all think in crypto, yeah, as Jen was mentioning, that gaming is an entry point for so many. It didn't feel like you were playing in crypto. I know there was some controversy of whether the reward system was the one that people wanted, who would spend a lot of time playing. But regardless, I remember forwarding that game to so many people saying, you have to just play to understand. You don't need an amazing tier 1 gaming, shooter game. You can really play something that just is virally behavioral, shareable, and has social rewards in it built in. Is that really the secret sauce for a successful game on Telegram?
I think refer to earn is a critical part of achieving virality. And also having a simple mechanics of engagement is also very critical. But there is one paradigm shift, in my view, where the Ton community is going through. So I've talked to many people, and in our community, we used to think that creating a super app is more like a funnel, where there's a very simple hyper-casual game at the top, mid-core games, and then DeFi is somewhere in the bottom. But I've spoken with people who experienced and participated in the growth of WeChat and Kakao and other super app ecosystems. Actually, when we have 1 billion users, some people will never use DeFi, but they will always play hyper-casual game. Some people will never even play hyper-casual game, but actually use DeFi protocols, and so on and so forth. So therefore, it means that instead of trying to transform the Hamster Combat users into DeFi, we should consider them different user demographic. Maybe there is an overlap. So it means that we should build more and more use cases, ride sharing, e-commerce, AI, mid-core games, and many other use cases that can fit my unique target user base among the 1 billion Telegram users.
Okay, we have to go. I really am going to get in trouble for asking this, but I have to get one more question in. Is the idea to make Telegram the next super app, and how do you think about combating the other super app that's WeChat?
I think that no other super apps or social media at this scale is even able to dabble into blockchain because of Ton's unique architecture. So it's a private company without an IPO. It has always stood for the freedom of expression and speech. I think Ton hits the right culture, and then Telegram hits the right culture and the legal setup to be able to do something exclusive and intimate with the blockchain.
Yeah, I would say definitely yes.
Yes, the super app.
Telegram is going to become the Web3 super app. Ton is going to be the foundational layer of it. All the apps on top of Ton are going to become well-known, used, and make crypto easy, simple as texting. That's the vision, and that's certainly what every team on Ton is working towards. It's what Ton Society is working towards. It's what Ton Foundation is working towards. Crypto simple, easy to use, and straight to the value, right? Like we don't need to financialize or philosophize or talk about the tech all the time. We just need to get people straight to the value so that we can prove that crypto is valuable, is useful. And I don't think we do that enough. We just talk about the philosophy. Is it decentralized enough? The tech, is it fast enough? Or is it, or has the number gone up, right? We financialize everything. Let's talk about the value and get people straight as quickly as possible to whatever that value that crypto should provide is. And that's what apps on Ton are seeking to do.
Well, Sam and I are all about the value. So thank you both for joining us here and sharing, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you so much for having us.